Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Verbatim podcast. I'm joined here with my good friends / co-workers, right?
We're getting paid now.
All right.
Yeah, we're getting paid penny an hour.
Hey,
Penny
that's
an
it.
egg.
Josh,
If that.
Hey,
Ian,
paycheck.
Jake, and Cole.
Hey, yo.
Hey.
So today, our first topic is question mark.
Personal information used for ads. There it is. Okay.
So
I
I'll
don't-
set the scene.
Okay.
You go to a website. Okay, it doesn't matter what website, and you're sitting there, and then you look on the sides of the website, usually where the ads are, and you're like, wow, they know that I looked up getting a colonoscopy, and you're like,
You
holy
mean,
shit,
Like cookies?
Yeah, cookies.
yes, cookies, and they know
But not
like,
the
what you
good kind.
searched. They know like
Okay.
well all the shit that you've ever searched, so they can target you in ads. And some people like it, some people don't. I know Jarrett likes it. Would you like to explain that, Jarrett?
Jerry, you
Yeah.
give a fuck.
I just feel like by them having this information, it's not harming us in any way possible. In fact, it's helping us. It's giving us. They're supplying us with ways for us to save
that's where
money
you're wrong.
and have
It's an
deals,
invasion of our privacy.
Okay.
and they're
man
gonna see products
in
that we
Oklahoma
want.
died from this.
Okay.
How?
Let me explain a story here. Like, here's just a out there hypothetical. But say some guy who enjoys anime, okay, is like
I wonder who this is.
Yeah, no, it's hypothetical, and he's like
Okay.
he's on Crunchyroll watching some shit, and then he gets off of it, goes over to YouTube, and that little square over in the top or right corner says like, play this new fucking like app or whatever for anime or some like shit like that, and then like your dad is just hypothetically their dad is just like looking at them as they see that, and he was like, the fuck is that? You know, and then the hypothetical kid is just like nothing and closes his computer.
And then your dad's like, I know how these ads work. They target what you've looked up before. And
I've
then
heard
you're
of
like,
cookies,
Yeah.
and then like
I
hypothetically
don't
also
know
you
about
get in.
guys. I don't think my parents, especially maybe, but I think maybe a lot of people's parents aren't too savvy with technology. Wouldn't have any idea why there's some fucking.
No, yeah.
Well, that's changing though. It's changing.
No,
and
see,
also,
that's
Cole.
Not really. If anything, I guess.
Well, as we get
That's
older, we're gonna have
changing.
kids, and then, but also, Cole, that could also be the opposite, and that father could see that this kid wants a new motorcycle, like bike thing. I don't know,
Mm-mm.
and he
Yeah, okay, like
buys
that,
it
man.
for him for Christmas. And
Or the-
it's like,
or the-
wow, how did you know?
No.
Yeah,
And then
Let me
cookies-
just buy my 10-year-old son a motorcycle. Wow.
Yeah,
like like those little toy electric, like little,
Yeah,
go-kart things.
That's
Yeah,
not
I just happened to see the fucking ad for a motorcycle on my son's computer, so I'm just gonna assume that he wants it because there's a motorcycle ad, not just
Yeah.
because he was watching motorcycle videos or I don't fucking know. I mean, dude, okay, here's the weirdest one that happened to me. I was watching a video, like on YouTube, and the ad I got was an Amazon ad, and in the video for the ad, it showed me like shit that I've looked at on Amazon. It was like, you should still consider buying it. It's discounted now. And I was like, first off, like I get like the little box ads that are just like a picture, but this was a video
Yeah,
with
if
my
any-
shit in
if
it.
anything,
how
it's-
does that affect you?
It's freaky. I was like, how the
How?
fuck?
How?
What do you mean
How?
how? I mean, I don't care I don't care if the government looks at me through my webcam. I mean, if they want to see what I do behind my
What?
webcam, that's all fair game for them. But that's
So you-
fucking that fucking is weird, dude. I don't know that because I'm like I just because like I can think about like somebody like the FBI looking at me through my webcam. I can think about that. I can fathom that. But when I'm on Amazon looking up like I don't know, chainsaws and like
No.
All right.
and like bleach or something like that, just for example, like I don't need a YouTube ad telling me that it's all on discount right now.
This is the complete opposite, Cole. You should be
See,
more worried about the
see-
FBI looking at you through a video camera than
Well, you can't
someone
really
being
you
like,
can't-
oh, this guy likes bleach. Like,
Well, you,
What I don't like.
this guy's in the bleach.
yeah, this guy's been looking at a whole bunch of Clorox ads on YouTube. He's like, he might be.
I
into
see.
something.
I think it's not that creepy. I'm not too worried about it, but I can see its potential to like push off like into the edge.
yeah, if they
And, like-
cross the line, then yeah, it's
See,
Yeah,
no,
once
see
it
the ones
crosses
that
the
I don't
line-
like are like the ones where you're having like a conversation or something. You know, you're just talking to your buddy at work or something like that about something, and then like you go home later and you get an advertisement on your phone, something you've never even looked up before
Mhm.
on your phone, and it pops up.
That's
Those
crazy.
are the
never
ones
happened.
that like
Yeah.
kind of That's happened to me a couple times.
See, I can't
It's
think
like,
of
I
it
guess it's
happening to me.
listening to me.
I'm sure it has, but I've never I've never noticed it. I've never been like, holy shit. But I'm sure it has, and I've heard that same story before, where like, yeah, you're talking about something and your phone might be on listening, and then next thing you know, you're getting ads for what you were literally talking about. That's where it's creepy.
I still don't
Yeah,
care
I
about
don't
that.
like it at all.
But
I
if
don't
I'm on a
care.
website and something pops up and it's something I searched before, I can totally understand. Like I understand how it works, and I
Yeah,
can understand.
Yeah.
that's like reasonable to me. But
That's-
like,
That's reasonable.
I'm fine with that. It's just the video. The video is really what fucking got to me. That just freaked me out. I was like, I was curious. Like, do you think that there's people at Amazon who just like around the clock just sit at their desk
Probably.
and like work on this video just for each person, or do you think it's
Probably.
like some sort of weird algorithm?
No, it's an algorithm, and the video's not like what was the video again? You said it, I don't even know what the video was. But...
It was like so Amazon. It was like an Amazon ad, and basically
like an Amazon ad.
Yeah,
Is
so,
what you're saying?
yeah, like an Amazon ad, like
It
an
just
ad.
popped up.
Wait, no,
Yeah.
it was like on like you know YouTube. You got mid rolls and shit where like you get like
Yeah.
ads while you watch a video. And I was watching a video and it was like it just was like something like, oh, go check out your cart or go check out the things you've looked at. Some of them are on sale, and then it showed me a bunch
Still
of
interested?
and it showed me a bunch of pictures of like really specific things that like I looked at on like
Stainless steel
Amazon.
dildo.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, "Are you still interested in the dragon dildo?" And I'm like, "You bet I am."
Your dad's like, why does it say? Why is it asking me if you're still interested in the dragon dildo?
They're like, "Oh, sorry, that's for your mother," and I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
like, no, please, not like this."
See, while I find that incredibly disturbing that like they're watching like our just like us typing and whatnot, which is like a version of spyware, if you ask me. I think the thing that's even more disturbing is this one video that I watched that was trending on Reddit at one point by Mitch Hollow. And basically, what this dude did is he conducted an experiment, seeing whether or not Google was listening to our microphones by testing several different websites that display ads. With a before and after effect. So like first he went through all the websites and saw what ads they're displaying. And it was just a bunch of random ads. But then he went and exited out of all of his browsers and just started talking about dog toys for like 5 minutes. And he wanted to see if his advertisements would now be skewed in a way towards dog toys. So he went on all the same websites again, and all of his ads were about dog toys.
Yeah,
So
that's where it's weird.
That freaks me out.
We're gonna get on YouTube after this, and we're gonna get an ad that's like, "Cut the shit, stop talking shit about cookies," and we're gonna be like, what?
The line is activities that you do on the computer being used to target you versus activities where like you're talking to people or yourself.
No, but
even
why?
more
Why?
I think it's even more unnerving when you have the browser closed and it's
Yeah,
still
that-
just
That's what I'm saying. If you are completely set aside from activities on your computer and it's still targeting you, like based off what you're saying, that's where it's weird. But if it's on the computer, if I'm typing something or if I've searched something in the past and it's targeting me based off that, I understand that. Like I get that. But like that's the line for me.
Yeah, I guess I can kind of get that. You know, you can always disable cookies, but I don't think you can disable the whole Google listening thing if that is true, which it seems to be after watching that experiment.
I don't understand why that is. I understand why it might come off as creepy, but I don't understand why you guys are like against that.
I don't like the idea of
against it listening to you, Jarrett. If you're having a very like private conversation or something, you're like, oh, my computer's listening to me right now.
Well,
You know,
if your
potentially
private
recording my
conversation
voice.
is about like coffee, it's not that important.
Yeah,
Like,
but what if
not-
it's not just about coffee, Jarrett? What if
Like
it's about
what?
something
Like
else?
what if it's about tinnitus, for example?
Then you get help with tinnitus.
I
and
didn't
it's gonna
even
help
have
you.
to I didn't even have to transfer that one. That was smooth, Ian. That was smooth. So the next topic is obviously tinnitus. I don't really understand this one. I mean,
We're not
I
finished.
kind of have an
It's
idea.
because you had it. 'Cause Ian said you had it.
Okay, no, here's the deal. So while many of you know, I was out last night working until the wee hours of the morning with my father because some business didn't want to close and we had to tear up the ground after they like closed down for the night. So we were there till the wee hours of the morning, and it was like a really small like area that we had the jackhammer in, and I was in there for like a good like 2 hours just hearing the jackhammer constantly in that small space.
It's a bitch,
So,
yeah.
yeah, so now everything's super muffled, and I hear a loud ringing in my noise or my ear.
And your noise.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
that's
noise.
nice.
The reason you're hearing that is because your brain is expecting your ears to hear something that's louder than what
yeah.
you're normally hearing. So it's like replacing that absence of noise
Mhm.
with the ringing. So
Yeah,
it's
I
like,
know.
oh, you
I-
should be hearing this, and it's ringing. It's
Yeah,
like, that's
so our friend,
unleashing.
I said, I was telling this earlier to our friend Alec, and he was like, "Oh, you might have tinnitus." I'm like, "Okay, calm down. This happened last night, and I'm sure this is gonna go away. And if it doesn't, I was like, I'm just gonna end it."
Yeah,
Oh,
it should
okay.
go away.
And
Like I got it because I had an ear infection,
Yeah.
and then like afterwards, it just lasted for like good like 2 or 3 months, and I was like, this sucks. And it just kind of just goes away. I'm not sure if it went away or I just got used to it, so my brain like stops like because it's
Yeah,
not.
technically, according to WebMD, we all know how
Yeah.
you have cancer.
incredible that is. But apparently, I mean, it's due to prolonged exposure to loud sounds, obviously.
Mhm.
But it says,
Yeah.
generally speaking, it does have some level of permanent damage on
I'll
you.
agree to that.
Well, yeah, but okay, so like just because I hear ringing and my ears are muffled it doesn't necessarily mean I have tinnitus. It just means that like
Yeah.
Jake said, it's
You know,
just my
I mean,
ears
you
were
haven't
reacting to the
exactly
loud
had
noise.
it long enough.
Yeah,
yet, though.
exactly. That's
Yeah.
why I thought Alec being like, yeah, that's probably tinnitus was like, whoa, whoa. You don't, like easy WebMD. You don't have to diagnose me because I've had a fucking symptom for what, probably like
Like
12 hours now.
24 hours, maybe. Oh no,
Nah, not even
that.
even like fucking 15 hours.
Yeah.
There are
Uh-huh.
people that have it for a very long, like their whole lives.
Yeah, I
and
know.
that
No,
sucks.
actually, I was thinking about a family friend of ours. Actually, when she was really young, she had just ringing in her ears, and she had to learn to live with it and like ignore it. And she still has it
Yeah.
to this day, as far as I'm.
That sounds
aware.
awful.
From what I hear,
I
is
have
like
a very mild version of it.
you get used to
myself.
it, like your brain kind of just like because it's not a physical thing. It's literally just your brain replacing noise. So
It
like
can really mess you up psychologically, though.
Oh
apparently.
yeah,
like,
because
if
it comes
you
back out of
obsess-
nowhere.
yeah, if you obsess over it, but I think over time, like you're just gonna get used to it. But yeah, like that's the thing. Like
Yeah, I can tell you, it's fucking annoying. It's like,
it's really
Yeah.
annoying. Yeah.
dude, I was trying like, I had to turn up my Northern Lion last night while I was trying to fall asleep because that shit was just like, I was like, and it was also like,
probably made it worse.
yeah, I mean, but so basically, here's the rundown of what happened last night. The jackhammer started to break because it was a piece of shit, and we like it was bad. We literally had to go like 5 inches down in concrete for like a whole like it was a pretty big stretch, and it was taking forever. And then the jackhammer broke, and I broke a shovel, which is like, irrelevant but impressive. I literally just went. I hit a
Not
rock.
impressive at all.
I hit a rock. Well, it literally split in two, and I was like, not even like at the wood.
metal?
It was the metal just split in two, and I was like, I looked at my dad, and he was like, neat. And I was like, okay. And I was like, well, on that note, I'm probably gonna go home now because he said I could go home whenever. And I got back here, and at this point, I was like, did you guys see my Snapchat last night of like the dust
You
that was
had a
being
paper.
Yeah,
that was
I didn't
fucking pouring out of that
understand
bitch? That was like hardly like the worst of it. So I like my lungs hurt right now, and like I was trying to sleep last night. I got like no sleep, and then had to give
give
a
him a black lung.
yeah, I had to give a
I've
fucking
been
I
there
had to give
before.
a fucking presentation this morning too, and that was the worst. Like I was like,
At least you couldn't hear anything.
yeah, dude, I went up there and I was like, guys, if I start like screaming, it's not because I'm hurt. It's just because I can't hear. Just be aware. And they're like,
They probably
what?
actually appreciated that. You
That's-
were like pronouncing yourself, or what was it? Oh man, I can't remember the word for it, but like you're. I can't remember the word, but basically, in like stage or whatever, you're supposed to like be louder. So maybe that was appreciated.
Articulate,
No,
No, it's
there's
not
a certain
articulate.
there's a certain word for it.
enunciate.
Shout out to Mrs. Smith. She was my teacher back in grade school, and she taught us how to do plays. That was a
Wow.
lot of fun.
Wow.
Wow. Look at Ian coming in hot with the fucking plays.
Yep. Dude,
Vroom,
the taming of
baby.
the shrew, dude. I
Vroom.
was Curtis, one of the servants.
Ooh, the boy, it's a fucking kid, dude. Yeah, he coming in hot with the plays like vroom vroom. You know what else goes vroom vroom? NASCAR cars. And
Oh,
we're gonna
yeah.
talk about why we don't like NASCAR and why Josh likes NASCAR.
Okay,
Jarrett
NASCAR
likes
used to be
NASCAR
good
too.
back in the day, so there you go. That's all I'm saying. I don't care for much nowadays, but back in the day, it's what made America great.
One thing that you can't be
Redneck
denying
Nightmare.
is that NASCAR is a dying sport. I guess
It's
sport
not dying. It's not dying.
activity.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not really dying. It's definitely died down from what it used to be, though. But hey, I mean, it came from bootleggers. You know,
That's true.
what more of a badass sport can come from illegally smoggling alcohol all
I think-
over the.
I would-
Not
the
driving
US.
left in circles.
Yeah.
That's
if you want to watch some interesting race car driving, rally races are far superior. That shit's
Group
actually
B.
Yeah, I like the idea of racing, but I think NASCAR is just too boring because
NASCAR
they
is
make them do
incredible. I'd
like
rather-
300 laps, which is just excessive as hell, and no one's gonna sit there and watch that.
I'd
Always
rather
last
watch.
lap.
There's also 500 laps.
Marathon.
Daytona 500.
I find a
Wow.
marathon more interesting than NASCAR.
Ah.
well, that's because
Personally, my-
bombs don't go off at NASCAR things.
Oh
Oh,
shit!
whoa. Okay.
One thing
now
about
wait
NASCAR-
a minute. That's fucked up.
Wow. Holy shit!
Hey, dude, you got
NASCAR
edgy meme of the
crashes.
day. Edgy meme of the day.
NASCAR crashes are the only
That's the only redeeming quality
yeah, the
anymore.
only redeeming quality of NASCAR.
Yeah, and they only
You
happen
crash.
25% of the time.
My problem with it is that it's become way too safe now. Like,
Yeah, like there's no one dying from. No, I'm just kidding.
Let the kids play.
no, I mean it's like you start to spin out or something, and all these like panels and stuff flip up to stop you quicker and everything. It's like, well, where's the big bang crash?
Yeah,
and,
they
you know,
should have
and
they should
everything.
have like
Where's the
C4
dead
planted
people?
underneath. So like if they start to spin up, they just fucking blow up the whole
Like,
car.
why are there fences
That's some
between
like
the track
Coliseum shit.
and the
Yeah.
people?
Well, that's a pretty good reason that they're there, Jake.
No, I think that there
No,
should be
they
fencing.
shouldn't
like,
be.
it
There
should be
definitely
a
shouldn't be
gamble.
fences there.
Like
yeah, if you're
like-
if you're gonna buy tickets to sit
Yeah.
there, you're taking a risk, and that's part of your price.
You're
You're
already
paying.
taking a risk with your hearing.
That's some like
Bam!
that's some like Final Destination.
transition back to tinnitus.
Reverse transition.
But yeah, but the thing is, like, you go to like a fucking what are they like bull riding sessions or like like the Matador shit. They don't have fucking fences there. Bulls jump up
Yo,
in the fucking
those are-
crowd.
Those
They're
are
like,
actually
Those-
dope. I would love to go to one of those.
You're taking a risk.
yeah, exactly. You
may
need
never
that same
ride
risk
bull.
at NASCAR. It's like if I want to go to a sporting event, I want to have there be a very high chance of me dying.
Imagine all the
Hey, go to-
suicidal people.
go to
that would come
Baja.
out. You had all the suicide people come out. They'd be like, "Hey, I'm just gonna gamble on this. I'm gonna put my life on the line here. If a car crashes into me, that'll be a good way to go out."
Yeah,
That's definitely classic rally.
I would definitely. I think like that'd probably be a good way to go out. It's just decapitated by a NASCAR car.
It's happened, but not with NASCAR.
That's the way I really want to
don't know.
go. But each their own, I suppose.
I can't remember which car manufacturer it was, but back I think at Le Mans, way back in the day, one of their cars crashed and like an axle came off and like decapitated.
Oh, do you
like,
mean
20
the
people
Formula
or
One?
something.
Are you talking about lemons? Not
That was
Le
like-
Mans?
Wait, where?
Are you talking about lemons, not Le Mans?
Actually, it's two different
Yeah,
things.
I think you mean lemons.
Yeah, I think you're talking about lemons. There's a racing tournament called Lemons.
Did you know like those old hippie vans, like like the Scooby Doo van?
Yeah.
When back in the day when those used to get in accidents, because there's like no like leg covering there, it would actually and there's like this bar right there, it would actually cut people's legs off when they get in accidents.
That's
So
legit.
Oh, yeah.
the Mystery Machine is the most deadly car in the world. I was also, dude, what's that car called that like used to get rear-ended and explode? You know what I'm talking about?
There were quite a few of them.
No, it's the one that has. It's like I'm pretty sure it's a hatchback and its engine is in the back and it has.
Pinto?
Lamborghini.
Yeah, Pinto. It's a Pinto.
Pinto. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Pinto?
Yeah.
The Ford Pinto.
Yeah, and it would get hit. It would get like rear-ended even slightly, and it was just like be engulfed in flames.
Yeah. Well, it's because the gas tank would just rupture.
Yeah, yeah.
And them good old FAC or whatever.
See,
the
now
heck in
that's
the 70s.
risk. Buy that car.
That's always
Living-
living on the edge.
That dude,
Yeah.
they need to have a NASCAR like race with just Pintos.
Dude, I
That'd be
actually
dope.
like this car. I would
That'd
totally
be
drive
dope.
this car.
What, the Pinto? Are you looking at the Pinto right now?
Yeah, I love
Think
Fuck it,
of
it's 'cause you're a
Austin
hipster.
PUBG.
That's true.
I don't really care about the Pinto.
It's because you drive a Mazda 6,
I
you
don't really
fucking
care about
man.
the Pinto.
I love the huge window in the back. That's awesome.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
Mazda
they're
6
known
is
for
the
the,
thing
yeah,
of
the
the world.
glass. Like glass. Yeah.
This is dope. I want this car.
Honestly,
it's
it's
selling,
like if I saw, it's a recognizable car. Like if you saw it, you'd be like, that's a fucking Pinto.
That's a Ford Pinto right
I live
there.
on the edge, man.
Well, I think they mass produced them back in the day, and then
Yeah,
they
there's
had
a
a
fuck
huge
ton of 'em.
recall.
Mic off.
Yeah, it looks like the Pintos I'm seeing have their engine in the front.
Mic
Well, yeah,
on.
the engine's in the front. It's the gas tanks in the
Yeah,
back,
that's what I meant.
Ah,
Yeah.
I see.
and that's what would rupture, and then it just instantly engulf.
I had to mute my mic because I sat here for a good 30 seconds trying to sneeze and it just went away. I'm really sad.
Okay, I'll tell you.
You need to
what.
rub. You need to get like a
Dude,
feather.
sneezing is so like satisfying.
I know, isn't it?
Yeah.
Unless there's
like
a bunch
a
of
brain thing.
unless there's a bunch of dust up your nose like last night, and then it just hurts after a while. Like there was dust in my throat too, so every time I would sneeze, it would just hurt my throat. And, ugh.
I like just
Ugh.
looking into the sun and getting that nice quality sneeze.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It might be at the
Burning
cost
out
of
your
your
retinas while
vision.
getting that.
Yeah.
Why
quality
does anybody know
sneeze.
why that works? Why looking at light like helps you sneeze?
No, I can't.
Your face
Honestly,
is
I
just
don't
a
know.
fucked mess of like nerves and other things. So when you look into it, I don't know, it just muscles will contract
Triggers
and
that shit.
everything.
Here's my
Yeah.
hypothesis. My hypothesis is when you look at a light, sometimes you can see, like, you know, like when the sun's shining in a specific spot of your house, you can see like the dust like in the air. And like
Yes.
my hypothesis is your brain's just like, hey, look, see that dust? It's in your nose. Get that shit out. And then it's like, achoo. And that's my
It
hypothesis.
shines light upon the dust in front of you, and
Yeah.
your brain's like, holy shit, you do have to sneeze because there's dust in front of you.
I
Bam.
think it's the thousands of neutrinos that the sun is emitting that are going through your body at once, and when you directly face the sun, it causes you to sneeze.
Yeah, you looked it up, didn't you?
Yeah, that
No,
sounds like
shit.
something you Googled.
Sounds
No,
like WebMD.
That's totally false, but sure.
Sneezing causes death.
If you
Yeah,
hold your
cancer.
sneezing, you'll lose brain cells.
I actually did hear something, yeah, like if you hold your sneeze, like there's a small percentage chance you can like,
Yeah,
You'll like-
that's an old wives' tale.
yeah, I think it's full of shit, yeah. Also, I heard if you like pop a pimple in like a certain range on your face,
Oh yeah, no,
The
that's
triangle
actually
of
a thing, the
death.
triangle of death.
you
Yeah.
can you can like that's
That's a
fucked
real
up, dude. That's fucked
you
up.
can-
I've-
What?
I've
What is
popped
this?
pimples there before, by the way.
You can
What?
you can puncture a blood vessel in your brain and you'll die.
Triangle of death.
Where's this
Triangle
triangle
of
of death?
It's like
around your nose.
and your
It's like
mouth.
just outside of Bermuda.
No.
Yeah, the top of your mouth, below your nose. It's pretty much around your nose. Pretty much.
So
Which
like,
I've-
so
I've
it's
definitely
that little
popped
it's that
pimples
little area between like your top lip and your nose. Is that what you
No,
said?
it's like
No,
right.
I
It's
mean,
literally
it's-
right underneath your nose.
Just look it up. It's kind of hard to explain.
Well,
It's
it's a
like,
good thing I got a mustache there, so you
dude,
know. it
I've
doesn't-
popped pimples there in the past. I've lived on the edge.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
God,
I
yeah.
definitely have
I-
to.
Yeah.
Holy crap! I'm like thinking right now, like how many times I've risked my life.
I don't know.
I think
yeah.
it's a pretty low percentage chance that you'll actually die from that.
I heard Dr. Oz talking about it, and he knows his shit. So
Yeah, my dentist told me about it. He's like, "You have a pimple area. It's better not pop that."
Yeah, he
I died.
probably watched Dr. Oz.
yeah. All right, next topic, final topic is the interesting one. Esports is now getting into high schools, and I think that's a little
Right.
crazy because esports, you know, obviously it got popular. People were playing it competitively. People are watching it competitively. I think it even debuted on TV a few years ago, and now it's getting into high schools and colleges, which is
Well,
don't
if
know
you
how you
ask
guys
me,
feel
this is
about that.
kind of like the ending of it then.
Okay,
Throw me out of things
real
in.
quick. I want to throw this in here. Josh, you were right. It is about the nerves in your face. That's why you sneeze when you look at the sun, or like that's why it helps you sneeze.
Fuck yeah. Fuck
Science.
all you. I didn't even go to college.
But fun fact, I was just watching I was watching the other day.
Become a doctor, motherfucker.
I was watching the Rocket League tournament like for colleges, and I was watching Seton Hall and some other school. I can't remember.
that's great. What were they playing?
Pretty sure
They're
Central
playing Rocket
Michigan has a team, too.
Oh.
And it was
Yeah,
pretty
so-
neat. It was pretty neat.
But just think about it, our high school playing another high school like competitively on computers in a game.
How cool that would be, though.
I can't wrap my head around
How
that.
cool
but
that
yeah,
would
be.
that,
Dude,
that would be
like-
pretty cool.
We'd fuck that shit up, dude. Like
Would
we were
People
doing
were
a, like PUBG tournament or something. We'd fuck.
Okay,
up.
first off, PUBG wasn't around when we were in high school.
I know, but like, you know,
CS:GO, that'd be dope.
CS:GO
Yeah,
was
CS:GO
around when
tournament.
we were in high school.
That would be so
I
dope.
remember clearly talking about this senior year of high school.
Oh yeah.
I wanted a CS:GO team, but that would never happen because we went to a Catholic school. And
Yeah.
Guys,
they
we'd,
don't
we'd be
like
stars in the
guns.
school, dude. We'd be celebrities.
No, we wouldn't.
yeah, we'd be the nerds. of this- We'd be
Did
Sure,
shunned.
you-
you can,
did you
you
see
can
how-
think of whatever you want.
Yeah,
It's,
did you
it's
see-
interesting you said it because they were saying in the article, like, is this going to be the next like Friday Night Lights thing?
What?
Oh
No,
my God.
okay.
Can you
You
imagine
can't kill
going on your-
football.
Can you imagine it becoming like a spectator sport? A bunch of nerds going to the gymnasium and people are like getting into the fucking benches and just watching us fucking.
The nerds in the box. It's like
First you try to take out NASCAR, then you go for football. What the heck is next? You're
Like
ruining the American dream.
We want to take shots at baseball? We can do that now if you want.
Oh, okay, I'm actually fine with that. I hate baseball. I mean, that's just
That works for me.
They had high school.
going out and slapping a couple balls
I'm not,
around.
I'm not a big fan of baseball.
No.
Not everybody. I used to
It's
be
a
my
very
player.
boring sport.
Just imagine some geeky kid talking to a jock like, "Yo, what's your fucking KDR, you degen?
Fucking noob.
Catch me Friday night. We're playing against X high school. We're gonna kick ass."
Playing StarCraft 2 and want to make sure that my beast level 80 is going to eat you alive.
Dude, yeah, just imagine trash talking like among school in like the esports like genre. That'd be so cool.
CSGO would be so toxic, dude. Imagine the filter we'd have to put on each other, man. Because
Oh, dude,
all
like-
we do is us.
2 Catholic schools playing each other. Holy shit! Just like, they'd be
Something
going off.
else.
I
That would-
literally have to like wear a fucking muffle because I cuss way too much when I play.
That would
Jesus
change-
loves me more.
That would change the dynamic of like playing like casually, because if you're playing casually and like the topic you talk amongst people would be like, "What high school do you play for?" Because like most kids that play CS:GO or other games like that are usually like in high school or about to go in high school. So like you'd be on there playing casually, and the next thing you know, you'd be talking to kids like, "Oh, like what's your what's your win-loss ratio this year? Like where you play and shit. Like how like all this stuff would be changing in that whole entire like you playing with people." Which
So
I think would be
weird.
pretty cool, honestly.
I can't even imagine. Like, imagine walking up to your teacher in the morning and being like, "Hey, I have to leave school early because I have a
dude.
CS:GO."
Imagine.
I got a tournament at like 3 today, so I mean,
I made
What
speech
sport?
for, yeah. What sport?
Dude, you
yeah,
remember that? You remember,
exactly.
dude? Imagine, like, you know that the 2 trophy cases we had in the lobby of our school. Imagine like a fucking statue for like your
An
fucking
Xbox controller.
yeah,
Counter-terrorist.
yeah,
For
gold.
sure, yeah.
Oh no.
That'd be dope. And there'd
Some
be that
kid just
one high
hunched
school.
over at a computer is like the top of the thing.
That would
I
be,
think
that'd
it'd
be
pretty
great.
cool.
The DC Pussy Slayers. That's what we'd be called.
What would practice be like? Can you imagine? We do like the hand exercises where you like squeeze.
Oh yeah, squeeze the fucking.
Roll in, roll out. Roll in. Left thumb out.
Who would be the
Fuck in.
coaches? We would be the coaches, guys.
Yeah.
Like, because we're like that age group. 'Cause since we missed esports, one of us is gonna go back and coach Stallone, fucking CS:GO.
Fuck the coach do.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, here's
You walk around and say your hand forms all off.
dude, here's-
you need to
here's
use your
the-
eyes,
You know,
focus,
actually,
accuracy.
Almost every single pro CS:GO team actually has a coach.
That's fucked.
G Fuel. You use it,
Well,
now you are.
If they're every professional team has a coach, like, or like somebody who's running the team from like the background. That's just a fact. That's in
Well,
every
of course, yeah,
sport.
you need to have like a manager
Team
and everything
manager,
too.
yeah,
So.
but coaching, I guess in esports takes the place of a manager, I guess.
Also,
Psychological coach.
think about the money, because like you're gonna need like 5 computers at least.
That's true.
yeah.
That's true.
That would be so expensive. And then you also gotta have like, can you imagine like we'd have to have like a B team and shit.
The kids that play these games.
JV, fucking JV, fucking CS:GO.
Dude, I guarantee you that an esports team, like I'm not trying to take shots at like lacrosse or anything, but I guarantee that'd fill up way quicker than like a regular sport would. Like if you tried to like
What?
integrate
Yeah, because
soccer.
think about it. Think about how many people like that actually play like real sports also play video games in their free
Yeah,
time.
How many?
Like,
And that also frees up all the unathletic kids that don't play sports and just play video games.
yeah, it just promotes them to sit in a chair even longer and stare at a screen. Real nice.
But are people that play actual sports going to move from that to play in this? Like, because it's going to be a
Well,
particular
it's
season.
just like
so-
anything. There'd be seasons. Yeah, I mean, I figured that it would be a winter sport, right? Because
Yeah, so let's say you play
Yeah,
basketball, which is in the
Yeah,
winter,
that
and you
would
want to
fuck
play
with basketball.
esports.
Not
wanna
that
play-
many kids play basketball at our school though.
that's
Not
true.
that many kids were like into that. Especially our class. We had like
I
what?
mean, besides basketball, there was
3
literally
kids or
no
something
other
on the
winter
team.
sport besides wrestling, and nobody fucking did wrestling. Like
Sure.
10 kids
Yeah.
in the entire school.
Yeah, we weren't exactly known for wrestling.
Did you guys see the fucking varsity jacket I put in there of an esports team?
Oh wait, hold on.
Look at it.
Controller on it. Wait, who the heck is this?
I don't know. It's just it's the Munster Mustang.
The Monster Mustangs.
It's got a good ring to it.
Dude, I would never wear that. No, thank you.
I mean, this might be controversial a little bit to say, but that's like fucking wearing the. Okay, I'm gonna put it in words that only you guys would understand. The red and blue varsity jacket.
No, the band one. I don't care.
The fucking
The
band.
subdivision.
Yeah, but we have to preface that the band had a completely different color fucking varsity jacket.
Our
for the rest
school
of
was
the-
fucking weird.
It wasn't just band; it was also speech and debate.
Yeah,
'cause
sorry.
we had academic colors. And...
Speech and debate, by the way, is a joke in itself. I did that for like a semester because I was dating a girl in it, and it was just so dumb. I played my Game Boy, and I remember the dude. So the
Game
dude,
Boy, what?
yeah,
Played my game.
my DS.
Where did that come
whatever.
into this? Oh.
It's because I was
My
at this meeting. I don't know if you were even listening. I was at these practices, and like the coach would come back and be like, "Hey Cole, have you started on a speech yet?" I'm like, no. And then I'm like sitting there playing like Super Smash Brothers or like Pokemon, and then like it was like every day. Like this guy worked at Sheets. He would like come in wearing a Sheets uniform and be like,
Oh, man.
Quality
he'd
guy.
be like, so what? And he'd be like, Cole, what are you doing for your speech? And I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, well, we have to talk about what you're gonna do. And I'm like, all right, we can talk next time. And then it's like I ended up just
Next time.
I ended up just not showing up for the rest of the year. And
Where
then,
did you do this
there will
speeches?
be no next time.
Yeah.
Where were the speeches at? Like,
So they're at like other schools. Like you would go to different schools and like go in their auditoriums and shit, and like just stand up there and like
imagine.
debate.
That's like.
You have like a little
Wow.
podium to speak off of.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
I never went
Oh
to
my
them, but I
gosh.
saw pictures. I saw pictures.
Like self-induced torture. Like,
Dude, I feel like if I were to get in a debate about like anything up there, I'd just get way too into it and be like screaming.
Like
and
get
throwing
really
the dude.
heated.
Yeah, I'd be like
That's
no,
why you
your
don't-
mom is gay.
And then,
Technically,
"No,
she is
you."
cool.
Wait, what was that, Jarrett?
I said technically she is gay. If you take it by the
God.
definition of gay being liking men.
Okay, so
Alright.
we have I think we're past the 30-minute mark now, so we're gonna end it here. On that note, I want to
Thank you,
thank you all for watching. We had some fun.
That was one of the sweetest things.
We're gonna end on the note that Jarrett does not know what gay means. Have a good day,
Alright.
everybody.